So I got in one fight and the Oscars got scared. They said you're living with your aunt and uncle in Bel Air. Um, that happened. That happened at the Academy Awards last night. Now I do actually want to get to just like the actual awards, just to talk about like who won, who I maybe thought should have won or whatever. But I recognize that literally none of you care about that, so I'll save that for like the latter half of the video. I will talk about the spicy stuff first. Yeah, so basically, if you didn't see it, the Oscars happened. Overall, pretty terrible show. I mean, I thought that the three hosts was Wanda Sykes, um, Amy Schumer, and I don't know the name of the third lady. I thought they were really bad. I mean, Wanda Sykes was bad, but she was like fine enough. It was just kind of cringy, right? And I guess I'm fine with cringy, but Amy Schumer and the other lady. I mean, I think the other lady, she literally like weirdly like sexually assaulted Jason Momoa. I don't know if they consented to that beforehand, but like she did this bit where she was like, I'm doing a random COVID test in the middle of the show, and she basically called up like a bunch of hot guys. And okay, that's fine enough, whatever, you're kind of alluding to sexual assault, I guess, but it was vague enough that I'm like, that's it's edgy, it's an edgy joke. But then she kept on going with it, and she kept on like talking about like the specific people and like the things that she wanted to do to them, and it was just like it just went on for way too long. And then Josh Brolin and Jason Momoa come up to present an award, and then she just starts feeling up Josh Brolin and Jason Momoa, and I'm like, it was so cringe, it was so awkward. I mean, other than that, I mean, she just did not say really anything funny throughout the night. And then on Amy Schumer's part, like for the most of it, I guess she was just kind of not funny. And then the worst thing that she said was like when there was like this one bit where she was like, "Hey," she it was this weird there was joke where she called everybody in the audience the seat fillers because they aren't winners, and it's like it's already kind of I don't know, just a not cool joke to make. Be like, "Hey, you guys are all losers. You didn't win." And then she goes to Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst's chair, and she like makes Kirsten Dunst get out of the chair for some reason. I don't even like it doesn't even really like her getting out of the chair didn't mean anything as far as her not winning an award. And then she starts trying to flirt with Jesse Plemons, and Jesse Plemons is just like clearly not into it. Like, it's just so awkward. I was like, oh, why are you doing this? And I don't know. And like, it was just really awkward the entire time. The one joke I think of hers that I actually did kind of like, and it was pretty mean spirited as well. But when she was like, he was like, I have this movie that nobody saw that you, The Last Duel. None of you want it. Okay, whatever. Did she had like a disc or whatever? That was mean spirited, honestly. If I'm being honest, but it was the funniest thing that I think she said in the entire night. I also did like when she came out after the Will Smith thing, and she was like, hey, I was gone. Did something happen? That was a nice way to sort of like bring some levity to the situation or whatever. But overall, the three hosts were pretty bad, and I think the most annoying thing about it was that they also just didn't feel like people that liked movies. And it's just like, this is supposed to be a celebration of film, and they just didn't. I didn't feel like they liked movies. It was really weird. And granted, this is like I think I've only ever seen one Oscar ceremony before this, and it was when I was like a kid, and I don't even remember it. So this is my first experience with the Oscars. Maybe there isn't a tradition of hosts being like movie people and like, people that we really respect in the cinema world, and that was just a really weird aspect as well. And then yeah, the Will Smith thing happened. So if you didn't see and you don't know somehow, basically, Chris Rock, he came up to present an award for like best documentary or whatever. And he comes up on stage and he starts riffing. And when he gets to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, he says like, "Oh, Jada Pinkett Smith, I'm looking forward to the GI Jane 2 or whatever." And GI Jane, I've never seen this movie, but apparently, the main character has like a shaved head. Now, the thing with Jada Pinkett Smith is that she has aspecia, I think is the name of the of the condition, where she just she's balding, and it's something that apparently people deal with. Like I did not know about this honestly before this whole situation. And honestly, I probably pronounced the condition wrong, but you know, and it was a joke at her expense. And in my opinion, it was a pretty shitty joke. Like like maybe Chris Rock didn't know about it, but apparently he's joked about it multiple times, and you'd think that probably would have gotten back to him at some point. So I'm kind of choosing to believe that he knows that Jada Pinkett Smith is suffering from this condition, and he just chose to joke about it. And I think that's kind of shitty. Like maybe I'm a woke SJW libtard cuck whatever, but I just don't think you should joke about someone's condition. Like I'm not gonna go to like someone who has cancer and is like on chemo treatment, being like, "Oh, what's up, Lex Luthor?" It's like, what's the matter with you? Like, it's not funny. It's just not funny. And to the people that think that, I guess that people like overreacting is like, imagine if Chris Rock had like made fun of the cast of Coda for being deaf, like. And don't get me wrong, being deaf is definitely worse than, balding, I guess. But like, it's just a medical condition that they have no control over and are clearly sensitive about. That's the thing. I don't know. I feel like mean-spirited comedy like that is just like, it's just like, really at the Oscars. I don't know. But that's my take. That being said, what Will Smith did next was not okay, because then Will Smith, and by the way, you can see Will Smith laughed at the joke, and then when he saw that Jada Pinkett Smith did not find it funny, his face got all serious, and he stood up, walked up on stage, and slapped Chris Rock. And I mean, no, there's no excusing that. Like, yes, in my opinion, the joke that Chris Rock made was bad, it was cringe, and it was no good. But you can't go around assaulting people. Like, I'm sorry, you just can't do that. And you shouldn't do that, and that shouldn't be a thing that we as a society tolerate. Like, no. I mean, and then again, like, I do sympathize, I guess, because I mean, I don't have a wife, but if someone said that about a similar comment like that about like my mom, like, I probably wouldn't ever like slap anybody, but that's mostly because I'm a very small and fragile man. But I mean, I'd probably like, I could understand like the rage that would induce, but at a certain point, it's like, you're an adult. You could, like, presumably you guys know each other. Like, I guess I shouldn't assume that, but it's like, probably be like, "Yo, man, that's not cool. Like, what the fuck?" Or, after the show, make a tweet or something. Be like, "Hey, that wasn't cool." I don't know. Anything other than walking up on stage and assaulting a man. And then okay, so this is something that happens. Now, up until this point, it's something that is really messed up, right? But at the end of the day, to a certain degree, these are humans being human, right? This is a guy who made a joke that maybe went too far, or maybe he didn't think it was too far, but whatever. Because he's a comedian. Not every joke is gonna land. And then you have Will Smith, right? Somebody insults his wife. He sees his wife is really sad. He feels this, whatever urge to go out and protect her honor or whatever. Like I'm sure that's a thing that a husband might feel. He slaps him. Okay, he made that mistake. Then the Oscars, after Will Smith assaults somebody, just lets him go back to his table, enjoy the rest of the show, and then spoiler alerts for when I'm analyzing the whatever the winners and the losers or whatever, just lets him go up and give a speech and play PR for the thing that he just did at your award show. What? I mean, this is the epitome of privilege, right? Because honestly, like obviously if you or me went up on that stage and did something like that, we would get dragged out immediately. There are probably even some other actors in that auditorium that if they had done that, they would have gotten dragged out. But because Will Smith is Will Smith, he could assault somebody over a joke, a bad joke. I agree it's a bad joke, but it's still a joke. He could assault that person and literally nothing is happening to him. That's absolutely insane to me. And then when you look at his apology, he didn't apologize to the guy that he hit. He apologized to like the Academy or whatever. I don't know. But and then that's the thing. So like I think like I at the end of the day, I guess the person that I have the most sympathy for is probably Jada Pinkett Smith, because at the end of the day, like Chris, he said what he said to her, and then Will Smith did what he did. She was really the innocent person in all of this. So I don't know, like, because that's the other thing, right? You go up and you embarrass your family in front on national TV. Although, I guess I shouldn't assume. Maybe she's into it. I have no idea, but either way, I don't know. Weird, messy situation all around. Hollywood elites being able to do whatever they want and getting away with it. What's new? what is new, right? Okay, whatever. Who cares about any of that? I think I said my piece on most of the controversial stuff that happened. Let's just talk about the actual awards that none of you care about. So, hey, now that you're done watching the video, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, because I know you're all, any person that may come across this video has now left because they don't care about the awards. Yeah, comment, like, and subscribe. Okay, here we are. So, who won the actor in the leading role? Will Smith won, of course. Then we saw him give his hypocritical speech. With everything that I just said, I actually did, like, if you go back and you can watch my video where I kind of like talked about who I thought should win and who I thought would win. I honestly don't remember my predictions that well, but I'm fine with Will Smith winning. Like, I actually do think he should have won, because he was really good in King Richard. But honestly, like, all of these guys were probably good. I mean, Javier Bardem was amazing in Being the Ricardos. Andrew Garfield was amazing in Tick, Tick, Boom. I started Power of the Dog, couldn't finish it. I started The Tragedy of Macbeth, couldn't finish it. Power of the Dog was just boring, and The Tragedy of Macbeth, I don't understand Shakespeare. Honestly, that was just it. Okay. And when you got to actor in a supporting role, again, I'm totally fine with Troy Kotsur winning. Oh yeah, he gave a really incredible speech. Obviously for Coda. Yeah, like one of the best speeches, probably the best speech of the night. And yeah, Ciarán Hinds, yeah, he was good in Belfast. Jesse Plemons, probably good in The Power of the Dog, didn't get far enough into the movie. J.K. Simmons was actually really good in Being the Ricardos, but he wasn't better than Troy Kotsur. And Cody Smith McPhee is probably good in Power of the Dogs. Okay. And then for actress in a leading role, Jessica Chastain won. I mean, honestly, I did see The Lost Daughter. Like, Olivia Colman was really good in it. I started Parallel Mothers. I still have to finish it. Being the Ricardos, Nicole Kidman was amazing in that, and apparently Kristen Stewart was amazing in Spencer. I haven't seen that, so I mean, I'm fine with Jessica Chastain winning because she was fine. She was great in that movie, but I honestly, like, I probably would have given it to Nicole Kidman, but I mean, yeah, Jessica Chastain, I have no problem with her winning. We get to actress in a supporting role. Ariana DeBose, West Side Story, she won. Yeah, honestly, this is an easy sure for me because it's like she like again, um, the word electrifying gets used to describe performances a lot. Ariana DeBose was electrifying in this, like in every sense of the word, right? We shouldn't have ever used the word beforehand because the Ariana DeBose was electrifying in this movie. So I mean, Jessie Buckley was also good in The Lost Daughter. Judi Dench was also good in Belfast. Kirsten Dunst was probably good in The Power of the Dog. And yeah, and Anjani Ellis was also great in King Richard. But yeah, Ariana DeBose should have won that. Animated feature film. Did not see Encanto, but it won. Did not see Flea. Did see Luca. Honestly, Luca was kind of it was okay. Mitchell versus the Machine was pretty good. And then I didn't see Ryan the Last Dragon. From what I watched, I probably would have given it to Mitchell's versus the Machines, but I admittedly didn't see enough of these. Cinematography, Dune 1. I I probably honestly I probably would have given it to West Side Story. I think Dune is more impressive from the VFX side of things, but I mean, I'm not mad, right? Like it's still pretty good stuff. The Tragedy of Macbeth, from what I saw, also looked really cool. The Power of the Dog, I'm just bored by that movie. I don't know what to tell you. Nightmare Alley had really good like set design. I don't think it didn't really wow me from a cinematography point of view. Although nah, that's not kidding because like the lighting was really cool in that movie. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not mad at Dune winning, but I probably would have given it to West Side Story. Costume design, the lady from Cruella, she won. Um, didn't watch that movie. Didn't watch Cyrano. Dune was good, I guess. I don't know. It was like space people with space outfits. Nightmare Alley. I mean, and West Side Story. For me, it would have been between Nightmare Alley and West Side Story. But I mean, I don't know. Cruella was probably fine as well. I'm not that passionate about costume design, but I think I probably would have given it to West Side Story, honestly. Um, or no, Nightmare Alley. Yeah, Nightmare Alley. And by the way, my picks are the true, objective, correct picks, right? So the Academy doesn't even matter. Um, Directing, Jane Champion won for The Power of the Dog. I personally would have given it to Steven Spielberg for West Side Story, but Jane people like The Power of the Dog for some reason. And then Belfast was also there. Drive My Car, I didn't watch. Licorice Pizza, I also didn't watch. But yeah, I probably would have given it to West Side Story or not. Steven Spielberg, but whatever. Documentary feature, was this the one that? Yeah, I think this is the one that that Chris Rock was presenting. um, so yes, Summer of Soul won. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch any of these. I'm gonna be real with you, so I can't really comment on it. Documentary short subject, didn't watch any of them. Can't comment on it. But The Queen of Basketball won. Film editing, Dune won. I probably would have given it to Tick Tick Boom. Honestly, I think that the editing in that movie is actually like super interesting. Um, Dune 1, I guess. I don't know. Don't Look Up. Sure, I guess. King Richard. Sure. Power of the Dog. Bleh. I'm gonna turn into just the massive power of the dog hater. But yeah, I probably would have given it to Tick Tick Boom. I'm not mad at Dune winning though. Okay, international feature film. Drive My Car won. Yeah, I didn't watch any of these, but so this one was nominated for Best Picture, so of course it's gonna win. International feature film. Makeup and hairstyling. The Eyes of Tammy Faye was very impressive. What they did with Jessica Chastain and Andrew Garfield. Coming to America was probably good. I didn't watch it. Cruella was probably good. I didn't watch it. Dune, yeah, probably. I'm trying. Was there any crazy wacky hair in that? I don't even know. House of Gucci. I didn't watch that, but I think they transformed Jared Leto or something. But yeah, I don't know. The Eyes of Tammy Faye, I'm totally fine with that one winning. Music, original score, Dune, Don't Look Up, Encanto, Parallel Mothers, The Power of the Doge. Yeah, I mean, of the ones that I've watched, which are two, Dune and Don't Look Up, I would probably give it to Dune. Yeah. Okay, music original song. No Time to Die one. Then there was also Be Alive from King Richard, Dos Oruguitas from Encanto, Down to Joy from Belfast, and Somehow You Do from Four Good Days. Um, Honestly, don't have strong opinions on any of these. Like, I don't remember them from the movies that I watched. So sure, why not give it to the James Bond movie? Those always slap, I guess. Um, and Best Picture. Coda won. Then there was Belfast, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story nominated. And yeah, I personally would have given it to Coda. Like I like most of these movies. I've seen Coda, I've seen Belfast, I've seen Don't Look Up, I've seen Dune, King Richard, Nightmare Alley, and some of Power of the Dog. I count me choosing not to watch it as a valid point of view. um, but yeah, I would personally give it to Coda. I think it's the most like that I've just kind of just enjoyed all of these movies. Like Belfast was good, but I was kind of disengaged from it for a lot of it. Don't Look Up. I ended up liking it, but it was just a little not. It wasn't like I think it's supposed to be a comedy, right? And it was just not. I don't know. It A lot of it was just kind of cringy to me. But I didn't hate it as much as some other people. Dune is a movie that is like so many aspects of it are like incredible, right? From a VFX point of view, sound design point of view, cinematography, whatever. But I didn't really connect with any of the characters really while watching it. And I do think that that's kind of an important thing to bring up. Like I didn't connect with the characters of the story really at all. So that's why I don't know. Dune is a movie that I enjoyed watching, but I wasn't like actively engaged in the story that it was telling. King Richard, I thought was quite good. I like honestly, if I'm being honest, King Richard would have probably been my number 2 pick. I thought it was just a really solid movie. Licorice Pizza didn't watch. Nightmare Alley, it was another movie that it was good, but more so from like a technical perspective, I think I appreciated it. The Power of the Dog, boring. West Side Story, another movie where I think Steven Spielberg directed his little took us off making this movie. I mean, it really is from a technical point of view, from like, cinematography, lighting, choreography, just incredible stuff. But I just kind of hate the story of West Side Story. I don't like the characters. I don't like that they fall in love so easily, and just like that kind of stuff just completely makes me disengage from the narrative of it all. And I've seen some people being like, "Oh, well, you must just hate Shakespeare then," and it's like, yeah, kind of. Um, so that yeah, whatever. So that's the thing. Coda is to me just the overall best movie, like the one that I enjoyed the most. And I've seen some people kind of being like, "Oh, it's like a Disney Channel original movie," and I'm like, I mean, I can kind of see where they're coming from, but to me, it was just a really happy and uplifting movie. I was like, I don't think the Oscar winner necessarily needs to be this drab, like, oh, life sucks. Oh, I'm in a concentration camp. Look how sad everything is. I'm like, I don't know. And maybe that's a straw man of people's positions. Oh my gosh, my camera went out. I'm not editing this, so whatever, screw you. But I don't know. I really enjoyed it. Okay. And then we have production design. Dune won as well. I probably would have given it to like Nightmare Alley or West Side Story. But I'm not mad at Dune winning because I mean, really one of the great things about Dune is that when you're watching it, you're really not sure what is like an actual like practical set and what is VFX, and I do think that that's one of the more impressive things about it. Short film, didn't watch any of these, but the windshield wiper one. Short film live action. Didn't watch any of these, but the Long Goodbye one. Sound went to Dune. I mean, yeah, I think that's like a no-brainer. Um, the sound design of Dune was insane. Visual effects, Dune, no-brainer to me. Absolutely insane what they did. Writing, Coda. For this one, honestly, I'm cool with Coda winning. I wouldn't have honestly. I wouldn't have minded it if it went to the Lost Daughter. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I didn't watch Drive My Car. Writing, or that was writing adapted screenplay. This is writing original screenplay. Went to Belfast. Um, I don't know. I probably would have given it to like King Richard, but whatever. This is basically it. That's it. Those are all of my thoughts on the Oscars. Honestly, pre Will Smith slap, I would have said you should just skip the Oscars. But now that I think about it, while I did cringe, sometimes you need to cringe in life. Sometimes you need adversity so that you can truly appreciate the good in life. So sometimes you must cringe to appreciate when you do not cringe. So I guess what I'm saying is I'll probably watch next year's Oscars. And I'll probably make another video next year. So you should subscribe. You should ring the bell. You should comment. You should just become a part of this channel so that you don't miss out when I cover the Oscars next year. That's a commitment that you should make right now. You need to watch all of my videos until next year's Oscars. And then next year's Oscars, I'm going to say the same thing. And you'll do it again. You will continuously watch all of my content until the end of time. That is a thing that you should do. And that's truly what you should take away from this video.